Yeah, did I say short break? Because I meant no break at all, almost. Yes, we're back, guys. Tide's Wrath. This is the Southern Cross Dota Tide's Wrath Season 3. My name is Cokerster, and I'll be your caster once again. And we've got the second game of our best of three between Hans Reborn and MI6. Hans Reborn just, I don't have another word for it, demolished MI6 in 9 minutes. That was terrifying, and man, that was terrifying. Hopefully, MI6 can take one back so that we'll push the series into a third game, so we'll have more Dota, because more Dota is better than less Dota. But we'll see. Hans Reborn took that so convincingly that I would be just really demoralized, and we're hoping here that MI6 can take this back, can get back in shape, and show Hans Reborn they've reached this point, the upper bracket round of something, I'm not even sure, and they'll manage to do this properly. So, again, TTE Esports. Why is their name so difficult to say? TTE Esports are the sponsors here. My name is Cokerstern, and with me is Sophie, who is doing the stats for us and popping up interesting information from time to time and adminning this entire thing. So that's lovely. Tide's Wrath. And we've got Lich banned out this time by MI6. Yeah, that hero is so good right now. You need to ban him out. You need to ban that thing out. So it is removed. And now MI6 think, what are we going to get here? And there are still a lot of, sadly the Weaver is gone, but Abaddon is still considered a very high pick right now. Clockwork is also insane. We've actually seen him banned out as the last ban out, last game, but I actually really disagree with that. I feel that the void left by Batrider's nerf is actually kind of filled by Clockwork, because Clockwork is really good right now, and we see that, we got to see that from amazing players such as Bone7, and and there was another one that's just slipped my mind that played Clockwork amazingly. Obviously, it should slip my mind, but there you go, that's the Clockwork. Clockwork is really, really good right now. It's amazing how much he can do, and how much he can disrupt team fights and counter-initiate, or just initiate on his own. So we're going to have the Clockwork as well as the Venomancer. Venu also has seen a resurgence since the patch, but that's very much due to the changes that he received, and that's that this thing, the Plague Wards, actually apply Poison Sting, which means you can have not a huge slow, it's just about between 11 and 14%, which is not a lot of slow, but you can apply it pretty much from a screen away, because the cast range on Plague Wards is insane, and then you just cast it very, very far away, and it helps chasing by an incredible amount, and then you get SCD, and then you get an Orb of Venom, which does like another 4% or something, and then you get a SCD, and no one ever runs away. But yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. Venomancer doesn't get that much farm. But it's definitely a huge, huge difference, and we are seeing Venomous Scale come into play again. Venomous Scale is arguably, but used to be pretty much called out as the best First Blood skill in the game, because such a long slow, pretty decent damage, and such a long slow. And I'll say that again, the slow is amazing, and it really allows, say, I don't know, a Clockwork to get next to you, and then Cogs at level 1. And what are you going to do when you can't run away, you're slowed, you're taking a ton of damage from Clockwork, as well as Venomancer. You die, and that's First Blood. So that's going to be one of our dual aids, I hope at least, as I do not want to see Clockwork on the offlane by himself. That would be terrible. He would like a partner in Venomancer, and we'll hope that'll happen. On the side of MI6, we've got the Visage. Birds are still OP. Birds are still incredibly OP, especially once Visage reaches level 6, which doesn't happen as often, but when he reaches level 6, they go from 98 to 154 damage per instance. That's the maximum that they start with. And a lot of people don't exactly know the way that the familiars work. It's not very difficult to understand. Just people don't bother to completely understand how it works, because it doesn't really matter to the gameplay of the familiars. But you start out with a certain amount of damage, which is 56, 98, or 154. And the first hit does 10 damage plus that amount for each familiar, and then it gets reduced up till it reaches the point of dealing 10 damage per hit, which is absolutely nothing. And they hit very quickly. So if you manage to get an Aghanim Scepter and reach level 16, Visage Birds alone could kill someone, could kill an unwildly support, or could deal a crap ton of damage to a tower. And that's why Visage actually scales throughout the game. And in the early game, Soul Assumption is so good, and he has a pretty decent slow. So one of the strongest supports in the game still, alongside the Venomancer of the Crystal Maiden right now, and obviously the Naga Siren that we keep seeing banned out, because Naga Siren is really the best support in the game. The only detriment to that girl, I want to say guy, but it's a girl, the only detriment to Naga Siren is the fact that she isn't ranged. If she was ranged, she would be further in the ban stage than this. She'd be out of this game, because that would be utterly OP. So she's melee, and she has everything you possibly want, and she's banned out, the banning material. So outside of that, all the bans are very standard. The only one I maybe want to point out is the Night Stalker here, because he has received some changes and has seen some play, which is awesome. Which is really, really awesome, because the night, the darkness is just, it got the buff that it reduces the vision rate of every opposing hero, and it's so good. And even more, it's actually the opposing vision of everything on the other team, which is quite crazy, to say the least. And that's why we see him picked a lot and banned here, as well as a mid-hero. So Hands Reborn. Clockwork Venomancer, very, very potent offlane. I really like it. You have the wards for vision, just to make sure you're not getting ganked. You have Clockwork, which generally has the cogs and can just do that. And Tusk, really, they're picking Tuskar again. I'm not going to say no to this. That worked very, very nicely for Shatad mid lane in the first game. But he did have an pretty easy lane for him. Excuse me as I take a sip of water. He did have a very easy lane up against a Dragon Knight, and that snipe of the courier won him the lane completely.
10 seconds remaining.
Completely and utterly. Tuskar without another melee hero against him, and that incredible, there's no bottle on the other hero. Without that, Tuskar isn't that amazing of a mid player. You can kind of spam Ice Shards in a way, in the same familiar way that, say, a Dragon Knight spams Flame Breath and obviously have the bottle in with a Bottle Crow. But he doesn't have the sustainability. He does have Snowball that can be used defensively a little bit, but it's not a defensive skill. And he doesn't do as amazing, especially against anyone ranged. So Tuskar mid against the Queen of Pain is going to cry tears of tears. Yes, I lost my metaphor there, but that's fine. And we've got Bounty Hunter on Maiden 6, so they actually pick out... My chair creaks a lot. Yes, it's broken. I apologize for the creaking. Bear with me through it. Maiden 6 actually pick out the Bounty Hunter. So they're stealing the hero from Hans Reborn.
10 seconds.
And that might actually be... That might be interesting. Hans Reborn might have wanted to get him again. And since, well, we can't ban him out right now because we're in the second picking phase, let's just counter-pick him immediately. And that's an interesting decision there. They really waited. You can see that they actually reached 2 seconds. And they just got the Bounty Hunter at the end. That means a little bit of plans changed, I'm assuming, because that's what they were thinking. They're going the same thing. They're going Tuskar. They want to get Bounty Hunter again. And now Hans Reborn might have actually had their plans faltered here by Maiden 6. So something. They're getting a little bit of something here from the draft. Screwing up with Hans Reborn, not sure what they want to do. They can't do the same thing. And I'm interested in seeing what Maiden 6 pick up from mid lane. And wow, a Chaos Knight.
Radiant team pick.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Are you thinking last pick Wisp? Because that's what I'm thinking. And that's going to be hilarious. And I hope that's what Maiden 6 think, because then they're just going to ban him out at the last ban. And then Hans Reborn won't have that incredible combo of Chaos Knight and Wisp. And it has been nerfed a couple of times by tiny little things that here and there. Wisp specifically has been nerfed considerably because there's no stun, it's just a 100% slow. The tether does not stun. And
Dire team
but it still works. It still definitely works with the Chaos Knight. Just slow now, and it's still very, very potent. I'd say probably the most potent Wisp combo is the Chaos Knight. That's what I like seeing in any case. So mate in 6, the
10
Viper.
seconds remaining.
And that's exactly what I was saying. You send Viper mid against the Tuskar,
5 seconds
and Tuskar cannot get into the lane. Ever. At all.
Reserve time.
Never, ever, ever. Which is... I don't know how Hans Reborn is going to play it. It's going to be up to Shatan to perform some kind of miracle. And not referring to miracle the player, an actual miracle, because what is he going to do against the Viper mid? Viper shreds heroes. And now that at level 0, what level 1? At level 1, he can have poison attack with 0 cooldown. He's just such a menace, and we see a lot of times we see poison attack taken only once, maybe twice, but only once, because you just need to have that ability to use it as an orb so that the creeps won't aggro on you, one, and that obviously it's a slow. And then you just max out Nether Toxin. And Nether Toxin is a wonderful skill that pretty much means nobody, even an OD,
Remaining.
won't be able to take last hits from you, and that is just super useful for that. And they actually banned up the Leshrac. Okay, so Wisp. I haven't seen a Wisp since the patch, rightfully so, because it kind of sucks now, but Wisp, Hans? You've picked Tuskar, you have funky plays, Wisp?
Disruptor.
No. The answer is no. They picked Disruptor, and there isn't anything inherently that you want to screw up with Disruptor here. The only big channeling is the Crystal Maiden. So this is nice. It's okay to pick the... I mean, I really like Disruptor as a support hero, but I usually pick him against something. You don't pick him just as a straight support, because there's a lot of supports that do what he does
10
better.
seconds remaining.
That just support generally better with an actual stun, let's say. And you pick him against something specific. And in this case, we'll see how that works out. Mate and 6 finish up their roster with a Juggernaut, which is a cool pickup. We're gonna have, I hope, the dual lanes again, and the Bounty Hunter going on the off lane, and we'll see who will join them, probably the Visage, as Crystal Maiden and Juggernaut is actually a very old school type of combo, where you just Frost Nova someone and spin on them, and then they die at level 1. That's such old school builds coming out from Mate and 6. We'll see how they fare and who they'll actually be up against. If they manage to find the Venomancer, he's dead. If they find the Clockwork, he's completely alive, because he does not care. And it'll be up to the Clockwork to try and power cog to save Venomancer if it is what they're going to do. So we've got CK also going mid here. And we'll see... Wow, and Disruptor actually picking up a Dust of Appearance. So they want to be able to kill Bounty Hunter very early on. Both teams going up as 5. Let's introduce them as quickly as I can here, before something actually happens. On MI6, we've got Space Cadet on the Viper, Gosu Panda playing the Juggernaut, Roger Dodger on the Bounty Hunter, Hala for Adala on the Visage. Hopefully I said that in the correct pronunciation. And Jay-Z made no. Okay, no time for that. Tuskar didn't pick up any skill quite yet. Chaos Knight, they can't see him, and that's the Viper. That's the one slow. They find each other. That is the Frostbite on Tuskar. He throws and spin from the Juggernaut. This could be big. Chaos Knight with the stun on Visage, but he's taking a ton of damage. One more hit is enough, and yes, the first blood actually goes to Disruptor on the Visage, as well as the CM falls here. Viper did pick up that Chaos Knight. He's already back. Tuskar will fall as well. Viper, now the next target, Clockwork. Everybody's falling. One from this team, one from the other. And Juggernaut, he has spin in 7 seconds, but he's taking a ton of damage. He wants to run away in time. Venomancer, one last hit. No. Doesn't actually happen. Won't spin, and we're left 3-2. Visage was the first to fall. DD, what? Gosu Panda just did not pick it up. He could have, but he didn't. And the slow, oh, the slow hits. This is a dead Juggernaut. Unless Bounty Hunter can do anything here. Nope. He should survive this. Venomancer decides to back away. And definitely towards Hans 2. Incredibly hectic team fight. 3-2. First blood went to Hans 2, actually to the Disruptor on the Visage. So we're starting the game like this. 400 gold towards them. That's pretty much the first blood, because two kills for 2 kills and then the first blood. And Chaos Knight does not do so well. apparently, according to our stats lady.
Thanks.
And we'll see how he'll fare this time without his trusty combo. We do have dual lanes, and even it's dual mid, because they realize Viper will shred Tusk, like we talked about. So they're rotating the Venomancer here. I actually really like this. It's a smart thing to do, because otherwise Tuskar is just food. So it's really important to do so. And bottom, Clockwork will be completely fine against the safe laning Bounty Hunter. So there's nothing to worry about. We have an aggressive tri-lane. They could try and catch Chaos Knight. One hit, but no, it's just last hits. They don't want to try and go for him because the Juggernaut doesn't have spin. Doesn't have the mana to spin once more. That's not going to happen. And hopefully nothing will explode on the map while I'm trying to do this. I want to introduce the players from Hans. So Hans Reborn, we've got Endless on the Clockwork bottom. Mid, we've got both Shatan on the Tuskar as well as LPY on the Venomancer. And top, FS now slowed down. There should be the Blade Fury. There you go. But he doesn't reach it in time. The Crystal Maiden couldn't get the Frostbite off. She's just super slow, and Disruptor is actually really fast, already with boots, because he did get the first blood. So he does have all them monies. Can't quite claim him. It's FS on the Disruptor, and we have Hans Reballs and the Fat Bitches on the Chaos Knight. Lovely name. Lovely, lovely name. And there's actually a Dust. That's a dead Bounty Hunter. You get too close to a Clockwork with Battery Assault, you get shredded. Shredded repeatedly. And this thing does so much freaking damage. And he just caught him and has a Dust. Has a very early Dust, and that's exactly what he needed. Venomancer coming in from behind. There's actually a Courier here. Needs to be really careful. If he sees the Courier first, they're going for it, but get the Courier. He's not going for the Courier. Now he's going for the Courier. Will it even... Yeah, it did actually... No, it didn't. It didn't deliver. It didn't deliver, and they're going on the Viper. A little bit of slow coming, so the Tuskar does actually fall. Because he was fighting alone, pretty much. But it was well worth it, I believe. 1-for-1 and a Courier. So the Radiant Courier doesn't have anything. He did deliver... What did he actually deliver to the Viper? Just the boots. So Viper got the boots, nothing too big, but it is a lot of gold. It is a very reasonable amount of gold. And now, oh, Chaos Knight just toying with us. And Viper as well not doing so well. So both teams have heroes that are not doing so well so far in Tide's Wrath. We'll see how they'll fare this time. Tuskar taking a ton of damage. Viper already level 5. And he's 12 for 2. Not a lot of denies on him, but it doesn't really matter. And Tuskar actually, as far as last hit goes, he's been doing fine. Had a little bit of leeway with the Venomancer early on. And now it's a safe lane versus tri-lane at the top with Venomancer rotating. And oh, immediate initiation on the Crystal Maiden. There's the Frostbite as well as the spin on the Venomancer. They want the Crystal Maiden, they get it. But Venomancer falls as well. And it's a 1-for-1. Can they get the Disruptor as well? No, he's too fast. Juggernaut. Can't quite get him. So it's a support for a support. There's so much potential on both these tri-lanes that you have to have 2 kills when someone engages. You have to have a kill on both sides. And that's what happens. But man, Disruptor with such an early Arcane Boots means they can really spam out their skills. Everybody, especially the Venomancer who only has 1 Gale. Well, now he has 2 Gales in between, but if he casts a couple of Plague Wards, it's just 1 Gale. So that really, really will help them. And Disruptor is actually... Oh, they're going at it again. Visage quite low. Frostbite will happen. The stun is there. One last hit will be enough. Can they... Anyone. He's actually going a little bit of indecision from Panda. Going a little bit for the Chaos Knight and a little bit for the Disruptor. He'll get slowed now. But Viper coming in. He has Viper Strike. Doesn't use it. And that is a perfect force field. Deterring them. Viper TP'd for nothing. Perfect force field by the Disruptor. I want to talk about his build. His skill build. He's going for full Thunderstrike. So there's pretty much 2 ways you can build Disruptor. It's either full Thunderstrike for the damage, which is really, really great when you think about it. It's actually one of the most damaging spells there are, considering the fact that it's on top of dealing a crap ton of damage, it's also AoE. And oh, they're going. They want to get the Viper here. He is level 6, so he might be able to pick up someone if he does it fast enough. But he goes for the Tuskar. It's not going to happen. If he'd Viper Strike and hit Venomancer a couple of times, Venomancer would be dead. As you can see, Tuskar took a lot of damage from Viper Strike and a couple of last hits. So a little bit of better decision making there, and Venomancer could be dead, at least something in return. And bottom, once again, Bounty Hunter is going to fall. Clockwork found him, not even with a hookshot. He's level 8 at this point. Is he the highest level? Yes, definitely. With those 2 kills and pretty much complete solo farm, which no other character, no other hero, I said character, I apologize, no other hero had so far. Except the Bounty Hunter, but he died twice, so the Clockwork is definitely happy here. But we do see there is track, so Bounty Hunter could go back bottom or could try and I'd actually really like rotation from him because he's doing so terribly bottom. I would like to see him not try and get more items. Once you're level 6, you have track, you want to rotate, you want to get track kills. And we have three heroes smoking up here. And a tactical pause. Not tactical, they didn't actually see the smoke. So 2k ping, apparently, for the Viper, so a short pause. And the way I deal with pauses, personally, is that whenever it happens, actually say we have a short pause now. Okay, I say we have a short pause now. Now, I obviously don't know how long the pause will be, but by saying that it's a short pause, I'm changing cosmic. It maybe will be shorter. That's how I see it, you know? Maybe that's something. I'm not sure, but I hope so. I hope we'll have a short pause happening. And I see, are there actually giveaways? Holy crap, there's giveaways, guys. Check out the giveaways and check out the social media. There's giveaways, Sophie tells me. I just looked at the chat and see that there's a giveaway happening right now. Obviously for you it's a 2-minute in delay, so it happened 2 minutes ago. But there are giveaways for Tide's Wrath. Just check out southerncrossdota.com/giveaway for free stuff. Who doesn't like free stuff? And yes, this is a Southern Cross Dota running the Tide's Wrath, and this is sponsored by TTE Esports. I said it correctly this time, the first time. I'm happy. I'm happy that I managed to do so. My name is Cocostern. If you like my casting, thanks. That means a lot. And you can follow me on Twitter at Cocostern and find out everything that I'm doing. Yes, I said that. Southern Cross Dota/giveaway. TTE Esport gear? Oh, I thought it was just stupid items. You're giving out gear? Do I have enough time to... Whenever there's gear, you know, I'm the hopeful. I want to go. I want to go and try, because it's giveaways, you know? It doesn't cost anything, and you can actually get gear, so it's... Now I'm like, I want to go do it, and I know... Sophie, remind me after, okay? Can you remind me after? Just say yes. I love gear. I could use new gear. Okay, Sophie will remind later, right? Would you say yes? Hopefully she'll remind me later. Mouse. I could use a mouse. Oh, it's AUN and... Oh, okay. So I can't get it, but you guys can. So make sure you go ahead to the giveaways to TT Esports and say thank you, because they're giving you free stuff. And it's actual stuff. It's not just items. Though items are very valuable. Yes. Anyways, we've had the reconnect. Are we going? No, we're not going. Okay, cool. So I'll just mention, guys, I'm Cocostern. If you like the casting, I have a Twitter where I post pretty much everything that happens. I have my own channel on Twitch. I have a YouTube where I release stupid videos, such as Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, if you've seen that on Reddit. And I have Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. That's the 3 things. Yes, I'm good. I'm done. Shameless self-plug ended. Good. Go, Shatan? Go? Question mark? Go. Hallelujah. That's the other team, so we're good. And we're going. Smoke Gang incoming. We got Visage, CM, and Juggernaut. They're actually heading to the high ground first, looking for someone and not going mid because they don't have high ground vision. Are they going? Oh, they're going on this Viper. Disruptor is there. They're going to lock him in place. Polar Punch. And the Viper. One last hit. Shatan picks up the kill. Easy for them to do this. The Disruptor just gets it. When you have DD, it's that simple. Venomancer will now be the target. Juggernaut wants to spin. He's just level 4. The slow will happen, but he's locked in with the Frostbite. In the meantime, Chaos Knight says, okay, I'll just grab that. And Clockwork comes back in. Juggernaut is totally dead. Even places down a ward to be taken out. There's enough mana for at least one. Oh, that does not hit. But that he's close enough. as well as the snowball. Polar punch again. That is a dead Visage. Flew up alive, dropped down, boom, corpse on the ground. Beautiful rotation by Shaitan coming in and then heading straight back mid for more farming. 13-5 right now. Hans leading once again. I doubt we'll see a 9-minute, it was a 9 minutes, right? GG again, but they're definitely ahead by 5,000 gold. And once this XP graph updates, 5,000 experience as well. And bottom lane, they actually caught the bounty hunter. They got him. They had Dust. They had an ultimate from Disruptor. Totally got him. Venomancer. Such great rotations coming out of Hans. Really, really great rotations. And he's going to ward the jungle right now. 8-minute rune. Top. Regeneration. No luck for Clockwork. And look at this Viper. He has 31 last hits. And he has 4 deaths. 2 kills, which is nice, but 4 deaths. And he is not very happy. Just a belt of strength and boost of speed. Not a terribly happy Viper. And the Tusker, level 8 himself, has regeneration. Won't be reluctant to throw out some damage. It's not going to do too much because Viper did go for a lot of corrosive skin. Magic resistance is quite lovely on this guy. And we have the Venomancer coming in from behind. Level 6 did not go Poison Nova. We have 222 from him. But the Bounty Hunter... yeah, he definitely saw him. He definitely saw him. Gonna be chasing on his tail. Goes invisible again. There you go. Bounty Hunter actually also went for 222, but he's level 7, so he has another point in Trek. And the Clockwork... yeah, there's actually no one here. There's just the Bounty Hunter and 3 heroes. They want to make a push here. Gonna be easy for them to do. And the Visage just level 4. Crystal Maiden just level 4 as well. Chaos Knight level 8. That's a full Chaos Bolt and full Reality Rift. And he's kind of scared from Juggernaut. Not level 6 quite yet, so he can't ult. He's not that scary, but these 3 heroes are still very potent, and if he gets caught out, he will drop. So playing very defensively on this Chaos Knight, completely alone. If we'll have TPs coming in, that would be really useful. We have Tuskar actually coming in from behind, TPing to the tier 2 here. Oh, it was Disruptor, excuse me. He just regenerated, and Disruptor was coming in. And now already the stun thrown out on Crystal Maiden, it's a lot of damage, but we have now the Tusker came in. Walrus Punch cleans up the Crystal Maiden. Visage would run for his life, but he should fall here. And in the meantime, oh, you brought back, girl. Juggernaut's dead. One last hit, 4 heroes at the top. Again, beautiful rotation, double kill for this Chaos Knight. Look at how happy he is. Level 9, has the full drum, 1,000 gold, as well as power treads. And now this will turn into a push, 17-5. Graph says it all. And Bounty Hunter trying to farm up bottom a little bit to have something, but he's just not been there. They have 5 kills, none of them track, if I recall correctly. But this might be where salvation comes from. If you start racking up the Bounty Hunter track kills, you could get back from anything. And top, right now, they're already starting it. There's no track, but Disruptor's here. And Disruptor's gone. They're very potent. Oh, they're 2 heroes against 3, but they're just going for it. Even with the ultimate from Chaos Knight. 4 seconds. 4 seconds. Ultimate immediately. Very, very lucky. All 3 hits on the Venomancer. Dead Venomancer. And now the Chaos Knight is on his own. That was an incredible ultimate. Very lucky. 4 seconds. Dead Visage. Unless they can have the healing ward. Clockwork comes in to clean up the Crystal Maiden as well. And both of them fall. That's a double kill again for this Chaos Knight. And Clockwork happy with the kill of his own, and a full mechanism in 11 minutes. 20-7, they'll heal up and push this tower. Hanstu once again surging forward. And he's just, a little bit of sound effects are always fun for Chaos Knight. Mid, however, we got Disruptor. He got Viper and was killed himself. Bounty Hunter on the chase for Tuskar. That's a soul assumption, deal a little bit of damage. Puts out the Frozen Sigil, but CM is there with a Frostbite. Throws a little bit of damage. Visage actually can't run away. That's perfect for Chaos Knight to come in and clean up with the stun. Clockwork now does not have a hookshot, but Cogs is all he needs. That's the dust. Bounty Hunter will eat the full birth of that battery assault. And can they get Crystal Maiden as well? There's no cooldown. And Venomancer is too late. you can't get it, but at least mid is destroyed.
Radiant's top tower has
And
fallen.
top as well. Chaos Knight runs for his life with 200 gold. 200 HP and 2,000 gold. And do they want to get Juggernaut? He's not even level 7. And Clockwork is tracked. Viper, they could kite him forever. Forever kite is a possibility, but Viper doesn't want to risk it. And Clockwork is fearsome and scary. If he cogs you and battery assaults, he probably could kill Viper before Viper could kill him. And there's the mechanism. So that's not something you want to risk on. And now the entirety of MI6 are actually here. Except for the Juggernaut who tries to farm up top. If you look at levels, once again, Hans 2 are just topping the charts. Every chart. Regen, they tried for the dust. That was a very random dust to try and get the Bounty Hunter. Did not find him. But there too, Bounty Hunter's going to actually go roundabout a very nice way from Roger Dodger. Oh, that's a hook shot. Where the hell is he? Oh, he found the Crystal Maiden warding and just got her on his own. Very easy for him to do. That's a snowball into this Bounty Hunter. Now they can see him. Do they have a gem or anything? No, it was just a dust. They just saw him. And next target is Viper. Into the trees. They're both stuck, but CK is going to be happy with that. Dead Space Cadet. Soul Assumption a little bit on CK. Oh, that took a long time. And Juggernaut with his ultimate, but beautiful. That's the Reality Rift and the ultimate. Destroys the Visage. Will he survive this? Armlet toggling. He makes it through. And now the Juggernaut, the last one standing here. We got a CM ultimate. She gets destroyed by the snowball. And Juggernaut, just a couple of last hits. Who can get him? Just hit him. That doesn't do any damage because... There you go, Walrus Punch. Everybody's dead. Bounty Hunter already coming back. Do not TP in there. Okay, that was a pentakill. Everybody died there. Bounty Hunter, they're just so low level. Bounty Hunter actually managed to get back to respawn in that time. And we're 29-9. And 14 minutes in. And 15,000 golden experience. If you were asking if that was a fluke, it wasn't. Hans 2, the first game I mean. Hans 2 are once again completely dominating the game with incredible rotations. If there's one thing I have to say that's the defining factor of Hans, as far as I can tell for these last two games, it's rotations. They're coming in and they're... Whoa, that is a long-range snowball with the entire team. And that is a dead Crystal Maiden because of it. Throwing out a Nova, and that's a hook shot coming straight into the Juggernaut. They can't quite get him. For some reason, Clockwork decided not to cog, didn't want to die to a spin. And now there's a silence up. That's the ultimate from Disruptor, not hitting anything, but catching out Juggernaut. Bounty Hunter will try and throw a Shuri Toss, but will lose his life forward, or will he? He actually manages to get away. There's no more detection. But everybody's still so tanky and so much alive with that mechanism. And that armlet up on Chaos Knight so early, they cannot do a thing. Force Staff coming in for Clockwork, which allows them for even more maneuvering. And Tier 2 mid will fall.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
31-9. Making sure you know these numbers are very, very, very far apart. And GG's called out by Gosu Panda.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Once again, complete domination by Hans 2. A little bit of extra kills happening here. Viper will fall, but that's it, guys. Hans 2, I got nothing. It's Hans 2. They're just played incredibly well and destroyed MI6. A valiant effort, but Hans 2. That's the story of this best of 3, but Hans 2. So yeah, let's shout out to all of our sponsors. Southern Cross Dota, other website, they're running this Tides Wrath tournament. TTE Esports are the lovely guys sponsoring it with apparently tons of giveaways of stuff that I'm not eligible for because it's only AZ and NZ and AU. AU and NZ are the aberrations. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. And if you like my casting, you could support me by following me on Twitter. That's pretty much it. I have, again, Twitch and YouTube. And that's it. That's enough for shameless plugs, right? So we are done for today. That was just the best of 3. I want to shout out as well to, not entirely sure of her name, Sophie and Vix, Sophie, the admin that helped me out today with stats as well as helped me out. And also Ryan Editor, if you know the guy, He is a lovely fellow and got me to cast this. So thank you. And that's it. I'm done. I'm out. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you guys next time. Laters.